to start differently than we usually start it. Usually
Okay.
I do an introduction to everyone. Like,
Okay.
I'm sitting here with this person and this person. But today, I'm joined by Joseph from MSOPA. And we're going to have a small conversation about acting, the arts, the importance of it, and also some of our collaborations that we've done with REISA and MSOPA in the past. Before I let you introduce yourself to our cameras, I'll give a little introduction to how we worked together in the past. We've done some acting and improv workshops and classes with different organizations that REISA works with. Particularly, we've done this with youth and seniors. I know in the past we've done an improv for anti-bullying, if I'm correct, in the high schools in the East End, as well as we did some acting classes in the senior residences in the North, like Haydoon. So I'll give you the floor to introduce yourself.
Okay, well, hello, my name is Joseph Mall, and yes, I am the founder of MSOPA. I'm an acting coach, director, producer, casting director, writer, singer, comedian. I think the only thing I really don't do is windows. I started in the industry when I was very young. I think my mother would tell the story that I came out of her womb singing and being bossy. I started my first production when I was 8 years old, and I know this, what I did is I sort of bullied my family, my sisters and cousins and friends in the family. Well, I didn't bully them, but I
Pushed them.
considering I do anti-bullying. But you know, I got them together and we did a little variety show, so to speak. I charged the adults $1 to come in, and I paid the actors 25 cents. That was many years ago. I'm only, 30 now? No. And 1992, I opened up MSOPA, and I haven't really looked back. It's 33 years, and I know that I am grateful. I am absolutely grateful that I wake up every morning and I do exactly what I love. You know, I do feel that this is my purpose. I feel that this is an anointing that I have. And, you know, not everybody can say, I love what I do. And I love what I do. And I watch challenging everybody from all different walks of life, all different kinds of diversity. As, MSOPA was DEI before it became a thing, you know, and educating actors and educating the general public. So, you know, I wrote, direct, and produced Sounds of Color, which was Black History, and most recently Black Legends, The Kings, Queens, Warriors Are Us, or The Hidden, the Unknown, and the Forgotten. And I have a diverse cast of different ethnicities and different ages, from the youngest being 8 to the oldest being 70.
Yeah, you said MSOPA started 33 years ago, and I'm sure it developed and changed a lot over the course of those years. What's different now from the beginning?
I'm older. Things change over the years, you know? I mean, society changes, and the do's and the don'ts, that's changed for everybody. I mean, as a school, we still stay true to who we are. We opened up the school to educate, to train actors, to teach them about the business and provide networking opportunities. And we have done so, where you look at almost every production that's being shot in Montreal, English or French, there's at least somebody that's that started or been part of Montreal School of Performing Arts.
Beautiful.
And yeah.
Yeah, so that has remained the same, but location-wise has changed.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
Oh yes, it's
teachers have changed.
Some of the teachers have changed.
Right.
One of my teachers who started off being a student with us in 1993, 94 around, and she came as a student. She's like one of my very dear friends right now. Most of them are. So the joke is that the theme song for MSOPA is Hotel California. You can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave.
It's always in your heart.
It's always there. Like, it's, for a lot of my students, it's family, you know, and we still have that support base, you know, for not only, you know, with our students and the students' families, or, we've lost a few on the way for either tragically or sickness, and I've seen the children, students that were children that blossom into adults and parents, and they're bringing their children to take classes. So it really is a warm feeling that we're still here. We're maintaining, offering affordable, accommodating the masses. I feel that anybody who wants to try acting should do so.
Definitely.
Not everybody can afford it, and most recently, I would say in the last 15, 20 years, what we've started was like a fundraiser of trying to provide scholarship for youth at risk, or at-risk youth, at-risk youths, people with mental illnesses, single parent families that that don't have the budget, and so we try to bring down the prices. I mean, of course, our teachers have to be paid, and the rent has to be paid. But yes, we've moved from, we started off in a Atwater Library to the Plateau Montreal to NDG, where we stayed at in NDG on De Carry for 10 years.
Wow.
And then we outgrew the space, and then we moved to another location in St. Henry, not too far from where we are right now, and we had to downsize. Economy and trying to catch up, and so we downsized, and we went to Centre Green for a little bit, and then we have been at Universal Negro Improvement Association, which is located in Little Burgundy, St. Henry,
Correct.
where we are today. And we've been here since actually 2020. They had invited us to come and do a show for Black History Month. And then we were doing one in 2018, 2019, then COVID happened. And then when COVID started to sort of not be as dangerous, so to speak, we slowly started coming back. And last year we did 2 productions. This year we did another production, which is providing exposure and experience for our actors, and we're going to be doing another production in December. We maintain and changed with doing online workshops during COVID, which we offered free workshops for a month, and then we went back to, I figured we're all starting over, so to speak. So starting fresh. So we started online workshops for as little as $10 an hour.
And you know what? I think all the changes that has happened over the years and the location moving is a true testament to your passion and to the community that you built here. It sounds like you're giving people the opportunity to try acting, which not everyone has the opportunity, as well as creating, a sense of community. And I feel your passion, even when you're talking about the families bringing their kids back. It feels very warm. Do you have a story of one of those light bulb moments you had? I know there's probably many, but if you could think of a couple.
Well, I mean, one light bulb moments in terms of doing certain things with the school.
This is why I'm doing this. This reminds me why I love this job. When I'm at casting and when I'm on set, and usually when I'm working on a film, I always make it a point to be on set, to especially with my extras. Sometimes most of our students volunteer to be on set, but I reward them by anything that comes up. They're the first ones I think of, percent discounts on their classes, but it's also great because we bond.
we bond. They pick my brain. Some of them will drive me absolutely insane with the same questions, but I make them understand, what it really is, because sometimes this is a very delusional business. It is. People figure I'm taking acting. When am I going to get my agent? Should I get an agent? When is Hollywood going to come calling?
The expectations are up
Oh
here.
my goodness! And
but
it's
a
like
slow build up, right?
And you know what? And nothing is impossible. All right, but it's having, it's not even talent. It's a talent to work hard, and this is something I try to instill in our actors. I've put a lot of our actors into places and introduce them to people that will bring them to the next level if they do what they're supposed to do. Okay? Just because you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, if you don't have anything to back what you can do up, you just know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, But
you need the determination, the talent, the drive.
Absolutely. And I mean, aha moments. There's a lot of workshops that we've developed that nobody else has, and they're done with a purpose, and it really prepares the actors to go out there. I remember we used to do, before, when we had our own space, we used to do a play a month. And I think we used to produce 9 productions a year. All right. And yeah, people say, how the hell did you do that? Well, it just got done,
Solid team as well.
Well, solid team. I mean, I'm the one steering, and I am so grateful for the people that are around me. After COVID, we celebrate our 30th year, and which was in 2022. And people who were not familiar with me from this organization, when they were seeing the people that I have and things getting done and working like an well-oiled machine, it's like, I wish I didn't show them the energy or the power that I have, more or less, all the little things that I have and get done. My students are fabulous. My teachers are amazing.
Take a moment.
I have a few teachers who started off here as students, and they grew with the school. I have, and I know she's so tired of hearing this story, but I can't help it, because it's something. It's something I'm very proud of, because she started with us at the age of 8. She's now 28. And her family we're close, I mean, the family comes to the barbecues, and I watched her baby sister grow up, all of them grow up. She has now a master's in drama therapy. She is working. She's worked through REISA, and because she was remembered of the work she did at Don Bosco and we had worked at Centre Dreams.
Yes.
Okay, she's now working there.
That's so beautiful.
Full time.
Wow.
So, and then I have my other teacher who teaches teens, and he also teaches stage combat, and he's a big geek. And I say that with love. And he started with me when he was 11, and I mean, I just threw him in the water. I had him as a teacher aide, I had him as an assistant, I had him as a assistant director, I had him as a casting assistant to be a reader. I bring a lot of my students in the room to assist me, either being a reader, assist me with the camera, and they get to meet the director. And
give them hands-on experience.
Yes.
It doesn't sound like a rigid, acting course where you're just acting in class. It's like there's a lot of other components that are going into this.
Yes. Those who want to work in this business, and I see their energy and I see their commitment, I will push them and put them out there. Now, there are those who say they want it, but they don't want to work hard. And when I call them on their BS, they get, whatever, dismissive or so on and so forth. Or sometimes, you know what you thought the business was, what you thought that you can just slide through it because you look a certain way, eventually you're not that cute anymore, and you have to rely on your skills and a good work ethic. And some students, they resent me for being that direct,
Right.
and some of them will go somewhere else,
Right.
And then they realize that what they had, a majority of them will come back, and some of them will just, drop out of it, and then maybe 10, 20 years they'll,
She was
you were
right.
right. I had a football player, and who used to play for the Alouettes, and he was also pursuing acting, and he was good looking and cute. But I told him after a while, you can only be cute for so long. And I was private coaching him because his game schedules and everything like that. And so when he came to the class, when he came to meet with me, he came with a reporter. And the reporter was following him, and so brought him to the acting coach. And I told the reporter is that right now he doesn't want it bad enough, because he didn't do the homework, he didn't do the research.
Super important.
And and the reporter's like, well, he had an injury, and I'm like, and?
It sounds like tough love, right, to me?
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, listen, I'm not here to break anybody, and I tell my students that, right? I'm not here to break you. I'm here to build you up, all right? And if something is not working, let's find out what is not working. Some people take acting to escape. All right, and when they realize it's not exactly what they expected, it sort of makes them shift, because they either think it's easy, all right, and I have to tell them no, not easy, not easy. It requires commitment. Acting is not magical. I'm quoting from Hollywood that was on Netflix years ago. Okay, I heard this quote and I was like, I'm taking it, but it's not mine, so just in case anybody comes after me. Acting is not magical. It's a job.
Yes.
It's a craft that needs time to commit to.
Well, it sounds like these are a lot of challenges that you're facing with the students, which I'm sure brings an interesting flair to the school and teaching. But I'm wondering, what are some of the challenges that students face outside, and I started to use this word, the real world, when they're going to become an actor in Montreal? And we're also interested in exploring what are some of the systemic barriers that these actors are facing in Montreal, if we could explore that. I know it's a loaded topic.
It's a loaded topic. I would say in English, we've got a lot of work to do.
Right.
Okay. The Francophone in Quebec, the Quebec French cinema, television is a little bit different than English.
Of course. Culturally different.
Culturally, yeah. and they do have being a judge for Gala Dynasty, which was awarding Black excellence. I got to watch a lot of these shows because of actors that were submitted, and I see there's a lot more diversity in the French. It's getting better
right.
in the English, but there's still that stigma, and I know this is, as when I started, I was pretty much told that I belonged at the Black Theatre Workshop, and they were not expecting me to be around here for 33 years, and sometimes I still get snubbed from Montreal's industry. When they're looking for Black casting, I'm the first person they come to.
Of course.
I am the only Black woman in Montreal that does what I do.
Well, I was about to say, it seems like you are. From some of the research I've done of other acting schools, it doesn't seem like there's another Black-owned company. Is that correct?
As far as I know, I'm the only one, especially Anglophone. I mean, we operate 6 days a week pretty much, and sometimes I am working on 2-3 film projects or web series, reading plays, reading scripts. Tomorrow I have a private screening for a film that I helped get done. I did the casting and provided extras, keeping within their non-budget budget. And a few films that I have, assisted with, either casting, directing, and I'm the one that when I'm a part of a team, it's like, okay, my extras are on set. You don't have much of a budget, okay? Give me X amount of dollars, or I'll just take it out of my pocket and feed them. I will make the macaroni and cheese. I'll make the jerk chicken. I just want to make sure I'll make the soup or whatever it is.
You want to make sure people feel welcome.
Absolutely. And how people feel welcome? Like a few of my teachers and some of my students, it's like she fed me and I never left.
Never underestimate the power of food.
Oh, well, once a year we do our annual barbecue.
Yes, and that's coming up soon.
Yeah, that's coming up soon. Yeah. It's a family gathering. And the money that we raise is to go to some of our scholarships. We have raffle tickets and for $35.
You're getting a lot for $35.
I know. I know, and I'm like, okay, next year I'm putting up the price. Sorry, but next year
inflation.
But I'm grateful for the supporters and the sponsors that we do have. So, and that that helps me, working with REISA and other organizations, being able to. Even though they cannot afford to pay full amount for certain things, this goes to transportation or accommodation, so to speak.
Well, REISA always appreciated our collaborations with you. And I know we started in about the year 2020, but for sure, none of this would be possible without MSOPA, because obviously on our team, we're not acting officials in any way. I was telling you before, I only took one acting class before, but we always appreciate the help from other organizations and your specialties. And I think our collaboration's really flourishing.
Yes. For
sure. And I think some of our partners would be interested in knowing, how could you help them if they ever wanted to do something similar to what REISA has done?
Well, I mean, I'm here. I'm here to help everybody. If it's not me physically, I have one of my team members. I just got contacted by Storytelling Time, and it's with people with disabilities. So they want somebody to come and do stage combat, because it's a little bit of theme is dragons and dungeons, or
Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay. And my geek connoisseur, which is Kevin, who's been with me since 11, he's like, yes!
Shout out, Kevin.
Yes! I work with other organizations because I believe acting is a really important tool. During COVID, I worked with the Canadian government. I worked with the Canadian nuclear scientists. Now, I just have to say that it was a little bit difficult. I felt like I was getting my teeth pulled, but I stuck with it, and because you had people who did not, because they're so serious, they did not want to look like a fool, right? But you know what? If you're doing it among everybody else who's going to take the risk of looking foolish, why not? It releases so many things, and I get joy just watching people who somewhat resisted it or never really thought how much fun you can have. And I see them glowing afterwards, It's like coming in with, I can't do that, I can't do that. And then it's like, yes, you can, And I was like, come on, just try it. What's going to happen? That you did it? Working with Syrian refugees and coming from trauma, And I mean, I knew a little bit about it because I was the casting for extras for Peace by Chocolate, which was about a Syrian refugee. You know, so generally when I open up with this group, it's like, you know, Peace by Chocolate, and I tell them, you know, I got to work with that, and so on and so forth, and then, you know, they get comfortable because they know I understand a little bit about what they've been
Their
through,
context,
you
right?
know. And I've had a few of them open up about their story that they want to tell, you know. And the artist, like, you know, one of the fathers, he was an artist, you know. He's a visual artist, but he also likes to laugh and he's funny. And this was an opportunity with his family, you know, to play. I know the culture is somewhat different, and the mothers are a little bit shy. When the kids were like, no, I go, we're not talking to you. Sit back, all right? Or when the husband's ready to, I go, no, it's not about you, you know? And giving her that like, it's about me,
The space.
you know? Taking the time, it's about me, you know? And showing them, like, you know, you gotta step off and let her shine, just like she allowed you to shine, you know? And that gives an awakening to the moms. It just brings something together. They look forward to it, you know?
I also believe that's a beautiful testament to why your programming is so important. And I'm sure there's going to be some people listening to this episode thinking, why should I bring the arts into my programming, especially acting? So often, a lot of arts programming are around the physical art, like drawing, collaging. But this is just so unique, and it's so fun to see someone so passionate about it. But I think that was a perfect way to summarize, this is why it's important. Bringing people out of their shells, building confidence, creative, you know, expression.
There's an artist in everybody. It's such a joy, and all my teachers come with years of experience. We are all on the same page. You know,
That's
we
what
all
matters.
have the passion, and our students come first. I'm just grateful for everybody that I have around me, my students who, you know, who trust. I mean, I'll have the parents sometimes like, oh, is Joseph going to be there? Okay, fine. I'm just dropping off my kid, you know. She's got them.
She can take it. I'm wondering, do you have any final thoughts for our listeners, whether they're part of our network or community?
Don't ever stop yourself from doing something that you know you want to try. You know, nothing beats a failure but a try. And if it's in your thoughts, in your dreams, to explore and to experience, don't stop. Because we only live this one life. I know that sometimes we have to go, as my mother always said, we have to go through to get through. But when you're doing something that you love, that you wake up every morning knowing that you're going to do something or work towards something that you truly love, don't stop.
I think that's beautifully said. And I don't know if our listeners are feeling inspired to do some acting, but I know I am.
Next class starting August the 26th.
Perfect. But it was really lovely talking to you, and I really loved your insights and your passion. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for
And
having me.
We'll be sure to link you.
Thank you, Rosa.
Yay! Thank you so much.